Hello, I'm Kevin McDonald from the Kids in the Hall in a backwards hat, but I'm not wearing a backwards cap in the sense that I'm an old guy, I better look cool. No, I just haven't showered or washed my hair yet. Don't worry, I'll do it later this week. It's not that I'm lazy or that I like being dirty, though it's kind of fun being dirty. And anyway, I'm Kevin McDonald from the Kids in the Hall. Hi, I hope this is for the 30th anniversary screening of Brain Candy. Let's see, Brain Candy. It was originally called The Drug. I'm coughing, but I'm not going to stop and do this over because I have things to do. I have to get a new hat. It was called The Drug. When we first we signed a contract before we had an idea for the movie, the Paramount, and our very first idea was that the Kids in the Hall, the five of us, would play the Washington Generals, the basketball team that loses to the Harlem Globetrotters every game. And a third of the way through, we thought it would be funny us dribbling, and we'd be trying our best, but we'd be horrible. And the Globetrotters would beat us 256-3. And they were thinking of getting a new team, but Meadowlark Lemon would say, no, I kind of like this guy. And then a third of the way through the movie, we'd go to a party with Meadowlark. He liked us for some reason. And then he got killed, and then we'd be framed for his murder. We'd be on the run, and it'd become like a Hitchcock movie. That sounds okay. Let's see. Dave Foley and I, my best friend, Dave Foley, and I, we split up during the, we had a fight. My wife left me, and then Dave Foley left me. We had a fight. He didn't think Brain Candy was ready to go. Here's some things that we wrote for Brain Candy that you didn't see. There was a scene where my character, Chris Cooper, Dave was supposed to be Chris Cooper. It would be way better if Dave was Chris Cooper, because he can do that news radio type thing where he's like the straight man and he's acting, but he's funny. I'm just funny. And I could have done the 7 or 8 wacky characters. Dave quit, and then I became Chris Cooper, the scientist, because Bruce thought I had, like Albert Einstein, genius hair. I was playing a genius. I'm not a genius. Okay, there's the one scene in the movie Brain Candy where Don, played by Mark McKinney, doing the Lorne Michaels impression, he brings me to the real party. We're at a party, brings me to the real party, and there was a scene there. It was a great joke, but we didn't get it and we cut it. But we filmed it, and it was Jeanine Garofalo as a groupie scientist, a scientist groupie, and I'm drunk because the movie was also about show business in a way. Like I get corrupted by fame. It was sort of not me in real life. Look, I have a hat, but the character I played. And the science groupie comes to me and flirts with me and says she's a science groupie. And I say, really? And she says, she slept with a lot of scientists. I say, really? And she says, oh yeah, Stephen Hawking was a pig in bed. There was another scene that we put in the script that we cut. The whole problem with the movie was we were trying to keep it funny in our sketch comedy way, but we were also trying to stay true to the story. So we cut some funny things. There was one scene, this is kind of dirty. Here I go. Where Simon the scientist, played by Mark McKinney, where he's walking down the, blowing my nose reversely. Nothing to do with the movie. That was just me. I'll take a shower soon. And Simon the scientist is walking down, and he's like frustrated, down a hallway where all the labs are, and he's saying, I have to whisper because my family is outside that door. And Simon says, who do you have to fuck to get a lab rat around here? And then a door opens in the hallway out of a room, and a guy crying, holding a lab rat. He's like, room 42. And then from room 42, you hear a scary voice and like strange lights, lighting this thing coming out, and you hear a voice, who wants a lab rat? Next. And then Simon goes in like scared, and the door closes behind him. I thought that was pretty funny. Anything else? When Brain Candy was released, in Variety, it was like in 10th place. It was in the top 10. It was number 10, and we were in the game for a second. We thought, oh, this may do well. Like it was an $8 million movie. It eventually only grossed $3 million. That's our nickname for it. It cost $8 million, grossed $3 million. But at that point, we didn't know it was bombing yet, and it cost $8 million. And you just have to for a movie like that, that inexpensive, you just have to gross like 14, 15 million, and it's considered like an art house hit, and you get to do another movie. And we thought, oh, we're in the game, we're number 10. But the next week in Variety, we weren't even in the top 100. Like all the Kids in the Hall stuff, anybody who wanted to see Brain Candy saw it the first week. One last thing, then I'll let you go. I'm coughing. I'm not stopping and starting over again. Isn't it kind of interesting to see a minor celebrity cough? And has anyone seen the Siskel and Ebert review of Brain Candy? The Siskel and Ebert review, it's brilliant. You can go on YouTube and see it. It's better than the movie Brain Candy. It's like Siskel. Do you remember Siskel and Ebert? They were the movie reviewers. They started movie reviewer TV shows. Siskel liked Brain Candy and gave it the thumbs up, and Ebert hated it so much he refused to talk about it. And Gene would go, "You got to talk about it, Roger. It's your job." And Roger went, and then the movie bombed. Enjoy Brain Candy. I still think it's good. The ending. We had trouble with the ending, but I think it's pretty good. The overall, our original ending scored badly at the screening test, so we redid it. It would have been better. We wrote 8 scenes for the new ending that we filmed, but Paramount said we only had money for 4, and so we had to rush all the information, and it would have been better. Anyway, enjoy the movie. I'm Kevin McDonald. Good night.